Sure, I'll give my off-the-cuff thoughts, if you will, about the Quarry. Like you said, I got this game on Friday. I had it beat by Saturday morning, so I beat it in one night. I will say I don't think this is as good or excellent as Until Dawn was. Until Dawn, to me, is like a 9 to a 10 game, okay? This is not a 9 to 10. This is certainly a great game. This is a great game. It is a like I've said about my Until Dawn review. It's a love letter, an absolute love letter to fans of the slasher horror teen movies of the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Scream, Friday the 13th. This is a love letter to those. This may not be worth $70 to people that do not love those films. I will say that. It is not. Okay. The thing that stood out to me most about this game in particular is its co-op. I played this with a few friends that I had over the house that we had a couple drinks and played through the game in one night. And it was a blast, man. This game I feel like it's meant to be played co-op. Couch co-op in particular. It is. It is a ton of fun to play through with friends. There's over 100 different endings to the story. Okay, but to those of you that may not aren't really fans of this genre, you're not necessarily. If you did not enjoy Until Dawn, you are not going to enjoy this game. I don't think you will. There's not necessarily something that's drastically different from Until Dawn. Honestly, I don't think it's as good of a game as Until Dawn. But I think from a gameplay perspective, it's not as good as Until Dawn. I think that, the good part about Until Dawn in particular is that there was a lot of variety with the way that it kind of approached different QTEs. I think this game, one of its problems is that the QTEs are very, extremely by the book. We're talking the only QTEs that you're going to have in this game are flicking your joystick, tapping X as fast as you can, and holding X. That's it. Those are the only three QTEs that you're going to get. And in these games, you have to be creative. I was very upset with the way that they used the DualSense. I was hoping that the DualSense would be like a thing in this game. It's not. Like this game runs, I'm assuming it came out on PlayStation 4. It may as well have. But I'm a little upset with its use of the DualSense. But it's a ton of fun. I don't want to discredit this game too much because I had a lot of fun playing it. I will say this: when this game is $20-$30, go get this game. This game is it's that much fun, especially if you have a group of friends that you can play it with. Like I said, a love letter to those sort of genre of horror teen flicks. Right, you can kind of make fun of the characters as you're playing the game. It's very stupid decision after stupid decision, and you're a part of that experience of making those stupid decisions. And that's why it's so much fun, especially, like I said, if you're playing in co-op and the other player is in the same room as you, you're kind of making decisions back and forth, and you're kind of, you're trying to stay alive longer than the other guy. It is a lot of fun in that respect. It really is. I'm happy that they introduced co-op. If this was only single player, if I was playing this single player, I'd probably be a little upset. I'll be honest with you, because I don't think this story or this narrative is as strong as Until Dawn. But it's actually a lot of fun. I'm happy that they brought in actually some famous actors here. I think it actually adds to the game. The girl from Modern Family is in this game. There's a lot of notable actors. The woman from Insidious, she's in like 20 different horror movies. She's in this. There's a lot of famous actors. I don't want to spoil any more because there's a few more that you're going to see while you play this game. And it makes it a lot more fun. I'll be honest. It actually feels like you're watching a movie. And the graphics are outstanding. We're talking like 10 out of 10. Like really, really impressive graphics when you're playing this game. When you're walking around, there's not a lot to do. You're not necessarily there's not a lot of gameplay. You're walking around with your flashlight. The graphics are insane. At least on PlayStation 5 from what I played. Some of the levels are, oh my goodness. They poured a lot into this game. You could tell. It's a ton of fun. I can't recommend this enough to people that are fans of this genre. But if you're not a fan of this genre and you're not playing it co-op, wait. That would be my recommendation. Wait until this game's $20. $30, buy it, beat it in a night. You're going to have a lot of fun. Those are my sort of off the cuff, feelings on this game, Anthony. Did I convince you enough to get this game, or are you going to wait until it gets cheaper? I'm curious.
Talk to me more about the co-op first. What exactly does the co-op constitute?
That's a great question. I didn't even get into that because that's what makes the game so much fun. I'll be honest with you. So at the beginning of this game, let's say it goes up to seven. Yeah, it is seven. 7 different players locally, 7 different players online. So you can play up to 7 players. Essentially, there are 8. I know that number doesn't make sense, but there are, because of the 7 different players locally, but it makes sense in the context of the story. I don't want to spoil anything. But there are 8 different playable characters in this game. And if you're playing with 2 people, you're each going to get 4 characters. If you're playing with, if you're playing with 3 people, 2 people are going to get 3, the other person's going to get 2. And you kind of are battling locally to kind of survive this night. It's essentially takes place in one night, the game. You're going to a campfire. And I won't give much away other than that. And it's very Friday the 13th, sort of a slasher flick. But yeah, that's how the local co-op works here, is that everybody gets their own characters. You make their decisions, and you can kind of go back and forth between the characters, between my character to yours. Okay, and there's banter there trying to survive. And that's what made this game so much fun for me. For those of you that are fans of Until Dawn, that are fan of the slasher genre, buy this game. Play this game, especially if you have friends to play with, local or online. Go buy this game, play it. It's a ton of fun. For those of you that are a little hesitant and you're going to play solo, wait a little bit, let it get down to $40, $20, buy it, pick it up, play it. Make sure you play this game at some point, though, because this is a great game.